if they sue Donald R. Heaps LLC, what they're going to wind up with is some crappy video gear and a big smile. That's it. That'll be it. Coming to you virtually live from the 1885 Tap Room on Main Street in wonderful downtown Simpsonville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Big John and Five. And we've become a little nomadic since Barley's has closed, and we're doing some shoots at different places. We happen to be at 1885 today, which is where John pulls a couple of shifts a week to make a couple of bucks pulling beers. And so here we are. Anyway, this is an episode where I get my good buddy here, who I just mentioned, Big John Richards, to pick a beer from one of the 30 or so taps they have here. And we sniff it, we sip it, we kibitz about it. John tells us a little bit about the brewery that makes it. And sometimes we get a little brewing history. And what we have here makes me very, very afraid. This looks like an aquarium that a mermaid would swim in Las Vegas. That's what this looks like to me.
It does. It does.
So what are we doing? What is this?
It's fun. While I'm thinking about it though, I was reading a book the other day and came across the word kibitz, and I was like, I can use the word kibitz in a sentence, but let's go see what Merriam-Webster has to say about what that word means.
Oh, it's Yiddish, isn't it?
It's Yiddish. Yeah, it's definitely a Yiddish word. It means to offer unwanted or unsolicited opinions.
There you have it.
Like, perfect. That's exactly what we're doing.
Excellent.
So we're drinking a, well, I guess it's not really a beer. It's actually a seltzer. I sort of roped Russ into this one. I told him that it was not going to be that it wasn't technically a beer, but I didn't really go into exactly
But
what
it is technically a seltzer.
But it is a seltzer. But it's a, so this is from Low Tide Brewing down at Johns Island, outside of Charleston. And they're a really good brewer. Their head brewer there is a certified Cicerone. He's been a beer guy for a long time. Mike Fielder, I think is his name. And I couldn't find a date for when they actually opened the brewery.
What again? Your prom and then now?
What?
I said your prom and then now?
Yes.
You said you couldn't find a date?
Yes, that's correct.
If you have to explain it, it's not really a good joke, apparently. So go ahead.
That's right. We work with what we can.
I work with what I got. This is what I got.
Right? So he's been down there for at least 4 or 5 years. It said they came up with the name in 2013, but I don't think they've been down there for 10 years, but they might have done. Anyway.
Again, this is another one I've never heard of. Another brewer.
They're still really local to us. So for the many thousands of you that are watching from around the world, you may not be able to find this beer in your local market.
Well, it's not a beer anyway. It's a seltzer.
This isn't a beer. Or their beer in general. But he's a really good brewer. He's got chops, and he's got a lot of good beers down there. This just isn't a beer.
This just isn't one of them.
Right. This is, and they're super simple about it with their description too. Like, it's a seltzer with blue sports drink powder in it. That's the description of this beverage.
Well, without having sampled it, the best thing I can say about it at this point is it's going to double the number of seltzers that we have on the seltzer playlist. So we're going for
this thing. I sold Russ on the idea because this thing has taken over this town a lot. I mean, it's all over South Carolina. We can't get enough of it. You're not going to be able to get it, Russ. We let some flies.
We got one fly.
Yeah.
We're here by ourselves. This place is closed today. We're here by ourselves, and there's one fly, and it's right here.
Just keep finding us. So anyway, I sold Russ on the idea that this thing has become so popular down here, they can't make it fast enough down at the brewery. It's bonkers. And we were talking about it the other day, and one of my friends that works here was like, how do you think the brewer feels about that? And, what do you think, his best-selling beer is a seltzer? I was like, I think he wakes up in the middle of the night, checks his bank balance, and starts laughing. That's what I think.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's surprisingly good. And I mean, if you've been out in the sun, you've been mowing your lawn, you've been, you know, we have a running group that comes in here once a week, and they start and finish here. There's a little sneaker store behind us, and those guys come in and we give them a little discount on their beer after their run. So almost every one of them comes in and gets one of these when they're done. And it's just so easy to knock back. It's so refreshing. It's got the actual electrolytes from the sports drink, which will remain unnamed. For copyright purposes, we're not allowed to use copyrighted words.
Is this going to make me want to go out and like do a marathon or something?
Probably. It's going to make you feel like you just got done with one and you're having your drink at the end.
I hope it makes me a little sharper, because when we shut the camera off after this episode, I'm going to kill this MF and fly.
Yeah, he's been a pest here during this particular shoot. I bet
He's going to his great reward when we're done with this.
I bet he likes the sports drink as much as the rest of us.
Texting Miss Lily.
Kaboom. I didn't really stick my nose in this one. I scolded Russ on the last one, and I didn't do it on this one.
I drink water that's called Pro.
You can't say words.
Oh, I can't?
You can't say copyrighted words.
Okay, but it's a sports water. And it smells just like this.
Right. I'm suddenly all worried about copyright laws during this shoot.
How can we say the beer names then?
I don't know. Well, maybe we can't. Somebody may come after us one day. It just tastes like you're drinking a freaking.
Well, if they sue Donald R. Heaps LLC, what they're going to wind up with is some crappy video gear and a big smile. That's it. That'll be it. It's a little sweet for me.
It's sweet.
I would like to I'd like a little more seltzer and a little less.
If I'm drinking a seltzer, I'm looking for the ones that taste like soda, that taste like actual, like club soda, that have that carbonation bite to it. And this with the powder, with the sports drink powder in it, it just gets super sweet. But it's only 5%. It can't be full of calories. It's just a post-workout beverage.
Well, we may get to find out how long a fly can last in a glass.
If one of them finds a glass, it's gonna meet its untimely end. These things do make good fly traps. These flies will, they fly in and they actually drink the thing and then they get drunk. It's funny, if you see a fly floating in your beer, it's not dead, it's drunk. And if you get it out on your finger, you can watch it. It'll stumble around on your finger for like 8 or 10 seconds and then it'll fly off. But it can't fly away. It's too drunk in those for a few seconds.
Well, then since I'm not gonna finish this, I guarantee you I'm not gonna finish it. Even usually,
around as a fly trap.
We have these little 10-ounce things and 8-ounce things that we drink on camera, but we never get them finished. We take 3 or 4 or 5 sips and we're done.
Yeah.
But then,
unless it's really good.
Yeah. But as we're taking stuff down, we keep everything and we go back and we finish some of it up. But I'm not finishing this up. It's going to be a fly trap on the other end of the.
That's pretty fair. It's not a bad plan.
Not that it tastes. That's not really a condemnation of this elixir. But
Russ hasn't been very enthusiastic about this, but I'm telling you, it's unique and remarkably delicious, and people they lose their minds if we can't get it 1 week and have to take it off the board. It's become a permanent tap there, effectively. People love this thing.
Well, God bless them.
Yeah. There you go.
So damn lucky. See you next time.